I don't know what the Georgia Court of Appeals is going to do. Obviously, they basically shut this down, and they're not going to take any oral arguments. I don't know if they have already decided that they were going to rule on this, and they're just going to throw it out altogether. Who knows? But what we do know is right now, this case is on ice for the foreseeable future. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to It's Culture Podcast. Breaking news. I had to come live to tell y'all Fani Willis has been disqualified from the Trump case in the state of Georgia. This is happened this morning. The Georgia Court of Appeals has ruled that the entire Fulton County prosecutor's office is off the case. And I saw this coming. I knew this was going to come. I had said this previously in previous videos that this was going to come, and it has come to fruition. So we're going to go to the news in Atlanta and let them tell us. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Oh, thanks for joining us. Welcome to 11 Alive Midday at 11. I'm Cheryl Preheim. We begin with breaking news that upends the long-running Fulton County election interference case against President-elect Donald Trump. The Georgia Court of Appeals just released a case-changing ruling. Investigative reporter Zach Merchant with the 11 Alive political team has a copy of that ruling. Zach, break it down for us. What does it say?
And we should emphasize, we just got this ruling about 60, 70 minutes ago. This is very fresh. This is the big takeaway. In a 2-1 decision, the Georgia Court of Appeals ruled that Fulton DA Fani Willis and her entire office must be disqualified from their prosecution of Trump and his co-defendants over what they called an appearance of impropriety.
So this is appearance of impropriety. What this has to stem with is this relationship with the special prosecutor Nathan Wade and the special prosecutor Jack Smith.
The ruling is just the latest development in a long saga that began back in January when it was revealed that DA Willis shared a romantic relationship with former special prosecutor Nathan Wade. Willis eventually acknowledged the relationship but argued it never impacted their work on the case. Defense attorneys, however, alleged it created a conflict of interest and pushed for the removal of the DA and her office. And today, the Georgia Court of Appeals agreed. The court found that a romantic relationship Willis shared with former special prosecutor Nathan Wade created an appearance of impropriety that could only be cured by removing her from the case. Here is the key part of the court's decision. The court wrote, quote, "While we recognize that an appearance of impropriety is generally not enough to support disqualification, this is the rare case in which disqualification is mandated and no other remedy will suffice to restore public confidence in the integrity of these proceedings." The court.
So y'all see that? You see what just happened? That relationship with the special prosecutor has caused this to be questioned. This, I can't.
Went on to say that the disqualification of DA Willis means that her entire office must also be disqualified. We should note we did reach out to the Fulton DA's office for comment. So far, they have not responded.
I don't even know how the voters in Atlanta, where my Atlanta peeps at, let's have a conversation. I don't even know how y'all voted to keep this woman in office. Y'all reelected her to be the special, to be the district attorney. 2 cases, this Trump case and the YSL case with Young Thug. Her office is screwed up. No convictions on the YSL case, even though she got a couple of plea agreements. Rico went completely out the window because her team was incompetent. And here you are having a romantic relationship with one of the people that you hired, paying him more than you're paying the experienced attorneys on the case. Lie about the relationship at the beginning. Then admit to it. Then goes to a church in Atlanta and says that she's being targeted because she's a black woman. I I don't understand how she still has a job at this point. This is an embarrassment. This shows that the incompetence. This shows the non-qualification. And when I say non-qualification, I'm not saying just because you have a degree in a field that you should be not in that field. I'm not saying that. I mean, she has a degree. She's a lawyer. I get that. She's qualified to the letter of the law, right? But there seems to be a difference in having the qualifications and then being qualified to do the job that you were elected to do. She's not qualified to do the job that she's been elected to do because the two most high profile cases that her office has had, the office has fumbled the bag. One, because of the incompetency from the people who work up under her. This one, from her own incompetency, as well as her own sexual prowess. And then after you said the relationship was over with, your daughter gets gets pulled over for being under the influence, and you show up in your own body cam footage with the man that you just said a month earlier on the stand that you were not involved with no more. But he's in regular gym clothes, and you look like you in gym clothes, or look like y'all had just came from the house. Come on, man. What? Like, seriously. And this is the stuff that people, when they talk about DE&I hires and us as black folks, we get pissed off when people say that stuff. But when you see things like this, it's hard to defend when people make those type of statements, even though we know a lot of them are racially charged and they have racial undertones and all that. But this is just gross incompetency. Like, a waste of taxpayer dollars. Think how much money has been wasted getting all these, paying these people's salaries. I mean, folks and got paid off of the Fulton County taxes. They the way they got a bag off of y'all. Fani's getting a bag. And there's still this case. Well, it's easy. Now, this one goes to the Georgia Prosecutors Commission or something like that. We already know this thing is over with. This is about to get thrown out. I don't know what's going to happen with the Rudy Giuliani situation. I don't know if his is in Georgia, but I know he got sued and he had to pay some money. I don't know if that's tied to this case in Georgia or not, but everybody's getting off. Everybody's getting off, and all of this could have been avoided if she just wouldn't have hired a boyfriend. All of this could have been avoided. This case would still be going on. Don't know if there would ever been a prosecutor, whether he would ever been convicted of it. Don't know if because he's now the president-elect, so they would have had to push this case to 2028. So the judges, they did what I thought they were going to do. I said this in a previous video. I thought this case was going to get thrown out. And by the letter of the law, it's almost there. Because there's not the prosecutor office, the Georgia's Prosecutor Commission is not going to assign this to another prosecutor. And even if they do, chances are it's going to somebody who's conservative, who's a Trump supporter, and they're just going to throw it out. So, thank you, Fani Willis. Thank you for showing that you have no idea of what the hell you were doing. And I hope that the citizens of Fulton County and Atlanta, Fulton County area, I hope y'all realize what y'all did when y'all voted this woman back in. So let me know in the comments what y'all think. I just had to bring this to y'all. Until next time, Coach Nation, let's keep it coaching.